Hello and welcome back. So, on this episode is a continuation from the previous episode where we talked about why you want to become an expert. On the last video, we talked about some of the main benefits of becoming an expert. And just to give you a quick recap of what that involves, that looks like okay. So it's the fastest route to financial freedom. You discovered how you can go from becoming an employee to starting a side hustle, becoming a business owner, and finally becoming an investor. And number two, we talked about it's highly profitable business, or this is a highly profitable business model with huge profit margins. And so that's why, and we saw how books and consulting calls and coaching calls and courses and memberships and mentorships and programs, speaking engagements, and all these other all these other engagements can help you maximize the profit margins because they have number three, because of number three, that is because it has minimal technical and financial barriers. Now, compared to a brick and mortar businesses, it has very little inventory. No, you don't require a physical location. You don't need to pay rent or even hire employees, at least not at the beginning. And so you find that that is the third benefit of becoming an expert. But now you notice that if you watch the previous video or the episode that talks about the types of expert businesses, those three benefits are limited. Yes, they apply to both types of expert businesses. However, you find that they're more limited or they apply to a higher degree to the startup business model. Okay, so it's the fastest route for you to to get started when it comes to starting an online business, any kind of business. It's the fastest way for you to get started as well. It is highly profitable, and you can just build your expertise as you slowly go, which I'm going to share on how I plan on doing that on the later videos. And so you find that the first three benefits or advantages, they apply mostly to the startup phase. Now, however, there are two types of expert businesses. We talked about the startup and the existing business. Now, the second part of these benefits apply to the existing businesses. Now, one of the biggest advantage of becoming an expert is you get to enjoy word of mouth marketing. Okay. Here's the thing: as people start to see you for who you are, as people start to associate your name, your podcast, your channel for a specific kind of, expertise, information, or solution to their problems, they start perceiving you as an expert. And that in itself gets you a lot of street cred because number one, it helps you position yourself as an expert in the eyes of the people who are going to buy from you in the future. And so when people talk about, on the different groups, on the different gatherings that people gather together to find about, let me give you an example. Let's say you're a fitness guru or you're a fitness expert or you help people eat healthily or, whatever it is. In such a situation, as you continue to talk about and share your expertise about the different types of diet, the different ways of eating healthily and all those other things, when people surround themselves, when the people talking about their health issues, they talk about, oh, you should go and watch whoever's channel, you should go and watch whoever's channel because you should go and watch so-and-so's channel because that guy has really awesome knowledge and has helped me. And so you get to enjoy word of mouth marketing. So it's one of the biggest benefits that you can starting an expert business. And on in the current kind of digital landscape, you find that you get to enjoy that kind of marketing in a more tangible format, whereby you can easily kind of measure it, whereby you get tagged in certain conversations, you get referrals, direct referrals, where people just link to you or to your products in like affiliates. You get perceived as a go-to person for whatever it is that your thing is. And so that's one of the biggest benefits of starting an expert business or even attaching an expert business to your existing business. So you enjoy word of mouth marketing. Number two, it is easier for you to attract your dream client and turn them into customers. So if you're looking for a way to turn strangers into customers, it's one of the easiest ways. Because here's the thing. Now, as you find your thing or that area of your expertise or whatever it is that information that you're going to be sharing online, what happens is as you continue to share that information, what you're doing is you're building a relationship with people. It's one of the things about relationships. People have relationships that add value in their lives one way or another. There's the reason why you talk to your mom is because a certain value she brings to your life. There's the reason why you talk to your dad, your brother, your sisters, and whatever. And you'll find that the reason why you don't talk to some people is because they no longer add value to your life. And the problem is you're not ruthless with that. But here's the thing, in the digital world, people are ruthless with that. And so as long as you continue to provide them the information, talking about a specific problem that they're having, you're offering solutions towards a specific problem that they're having, they'll keep are listening to you, and so they keep getting value from you. And because here's the thing, at the start of, you're not going to charge anything, you're going to provide all this valuable information for free. But don't worry where you're going to get the money from. We'll talk about that later. But you're going to discuss this information for free. And so as you're sharing that information, what they're doing is you're building value with them. You're providing value to them. And they get to perceive you as an expert, and they build a relationship with you because they find you. They first of all develop that know, like, and trust factor that helps in sales. And so they're able to trust you and the information that you provide them. And so now, as you constantly draw attention to that in all your marketing assets, like in terms of your videos, in terms of the content that you put out, in terms of your quotes, in terms of the calls that you have with people, because as you draw attention to that in all your marketing assets, because you know exactly who you're helping and how you can help them, people start coming to you like a moth to a flame. People with a specific problem, if people are struggling to lose weight, they come to you because they've seen your videos one place or another, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on YouTube, whether they've read your blog, they've seen your content, they've seen the information that you've provided, and they find that your information is useful, and so they are attracted to you because you've constantly shown them over the years, over a period of time, consistently that they can find valuable information with you, and so they're attracted to you. And then what happens after that is it gives you a boost in branding. So you get brand awareness and basically promote brand awareness. And so you become the go-to person for a certain thing, for a certain problem. Hey, you have a weight loss problem, go to so-and-so. Hey, you've got a finance problem, go to so-and-so. You've got an accounting problem, go to so-and-so. You provide the best advice for businesses, for individuals, for whatever it is in their life. And so you become the go-to person, whatever expert niche that you're in. And I know you're probably thinking, okay, there are probably a lot of guys who are doing that, but don't worry. In the next few videos and the next few episodes, we'll discuss about how that even though the market is saturated with such people, that how you can differentiate yourself. And so don't worry about that. Right now, I just want you to, I just want you to pay attention to the thing that I'm telling you, and that is, it helps you promote your brand, it helps you draw attention to you, it helps you establish your thing or your expertise, and it helps you niche down as well. Because here's what happens. Let's say you're a doctor, a GP, a general practitioner is a doctor. And so everybody comes to you with a specific certain problem. And so, the woman who's trying to give birth will come to you, the child who's sick, they'll come to you, and all these things. But as you slowly grow over time, as you slowly continue to develop yourself, your skills, your knowledge, and whatnot, you begin to specialize depending on where you feel led to or depending on where you feel called to. And so as a general practitioner, you might decide, okay, so you're probably interested in surgery, so you become a general surgeon. And then from then on, I'm not so accurate about this. So if you're a medical professional, please feel free to correct me in the comments. But anyway, so you go from becoming a general practitioner, whereby you're serving everybody, and then you become a general surgeon, whether you're serving everybody who needs surgery. So you've already niched down, and you've already kind of targeting on a certain specific area that you want to focus on, because that's where you're getting the most satisfaction and fulfillment in your life. And then from then on, you go becoming an orthopedic surgeon. So you decide, oh, okay, so I enjoy working with bones on fix the different kind of bone disorders and the bone conditions. So you become an orthopedic surgeon. So you've gone from becoming a general practitioner to becoming a general surgeon to becoming an orthopedic surgeon. And now then you decide, okay, so you like working with kids, and so you decide to become an orthopedic surgeon specifically for kids. And so you find that as people have specific problems, let's say a mom or a dad somewhere has a specific problem with their kid, with the bones or something like that. And so you find that as you continue to put out this content, as you continue to share your expertise online, what happens is that you attract them, because this mom and dad was this kid who has the problem with their bones and whatnot. They'll come in after you because you are specifically dealing with the problem that they're having. And so that level of specificity, so to speak, whereby you're able to laser target on the specific problems that they're going through. And that in itself is what draws attention to you, because now they know, hey, if you have a kid and you have a problem with bones, this is the guy you need to go to. And so that's one of the easiest way to attract your dream client and convert them. So if you're an orthopedic surgeon that deals with kids, that is the way forward. If you're a heart surgeon dealing with cardiothoracic problems, you know what to do. It's the same principle. It applies to everyone. Even in law, if you're a lawyer, who would you go to if you're having a divorce problem? A general lawyer, or would you go to, a divorce lawyer? Most of you probably go for a divorce lawyer because they kind of understand the situation that, you're going through, and that's what customers want. They want to feel understood. Anyway, that's a digression. And the third thing about why you want to start an expert business is because it allows you to stand out from your competition. You're able to create a competitive advantage aside from the minimum point of parity. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, every service business or every product business, there's a base level of service or product that they provide to even qualify to enter the market. And so if you're a doctor, you have to be able to treat patients. If you sell, I don't know, fishing gear, well, you need to have the fishing gear. Okay, so that's the minimum requirement. If you're in fashion, well, the minimum, you need to be able to sell clothes. You need to sell clothes. You need to have clothes to actually sell them. If you are, a dentist, you need to be able to fix teeth. And so that's the minimum viable product. So that and that's kind of like the point of entry to any market or to any kind of business, whereby you're able to provide the minimum level of service. So if you're a lawyer, you need to be able to provide legal services. Otherwise, you don't even stand a chance in the market, because here's the thing: there's this law, the thousands of other people, if not millions of other people who are lawyers who provide legal services, and you're going there as a lawyer, you can't even provide basic legal services. So you're not even going to qualify. You're not going to be in the running to become a lawyer or to become, to start a law business or a successful law business. And so that's what you're talking about, the minimum point of parity. But here's the thing. It allows you to create a competitive advantage, because you become the lawyer where you talk about the cases and the experiences that you've experienced with your different kind of clients. And that in itself gives you a competitive advantage. Because unlike other people whereby they don't talk about it, there's that personality that you can develop, that know, like, and trust factor, where people know you, they know your face, they know your voice, they've seen your content, they've developed that interaction. It's not the first point contact. Basically, there's multiple points of contact between you and the business, and between you and your customers, or your strangers before you turn them into customers. So you've got that multiple relationship. It's the same thing right now. Right now on your phone, you've got contacts for a variety of people. You've got plumbers, you've got a lawyer, you've got all these other people that service businesses. If not, you've got, the delivery number for, McDonald's or whatever, or even a certain restaurant that you like eating at. But here's the thing. Before you became, a regular customer to them, there was that initial point of contact. And that point of contact, you were wary about their food, about their services, about, can this guy actually fix my toilet? And so you were wary. But what happens is, as you develop relationship with them, as you call them today and they came to you and they came through for you, as you call them tomorrow and they did that, you develop a relationship. And so they become the go-to guy for that specific area. And so it allows you to create a competitive advantage, whereby you can stand out from the rest of your competition by, number one, your personality. Most people take that for granted, but the reason why you listen to the people that you listen to, the reason why you watch the movies that you watch is because there's a certain character, a certain personality of those movies. So maybe you're a fan of horror films, so you probably like horror films because it kind of scare you. Maybe you're a fan of Denzel Washington, so you like Denzel Washington because of the character that he portrays in movies. And so you find yourself attracted to that. Like, there's a new Denzel Washington movie, you find yourself, you're lining up just to go and see it. It's the same thing with Apple. Okay, so whenever they launch a new phone, you find that a lot of people are lining up just to get a new Apple, because they've developed that kind of, connection and a relationship. And so it allows you to create a competitive advantage aside from the minimum point of parity, that is the minimum viable products. And we talked about the minimum point of parity as, now in the online world, the minimum point of parity is creating content, actionable content, customer service, creating tutorials, videos, ebooks, etc. But there's a certain disconnect from these things, whereby they're just information for you to do something. So it's like a phone book. If you guys remember phone books, like a phone book where there's a lot of information. It's like a library, there's a lot of information, but there's no that human connection. But when you start creating content, as you am, even as I am right now, and as you're starting to build your expertise, what happens is you build that personal relationship, that human-to-human relationship. Because at the end of the day, the people that you're going to work with, the people that are going to provide services to, are people. And so never forget that. You're dealing with people, not machines. And the problem is that there's a lot of content online, but there's that disconnect whereby people don't talk to people. It's like, okay, there's this bit of information that is out there, you can read it and then just go back, and then once you sort out, there's no personal connection with it. And this is what becoming an expert helps you with. Because as you're going to put your face out there, it's going to put your voice out there. What happens is you share the different, kind of stories that you have, your different experiences and whatnot. And as you do that, what you do is you create an emotional connection. You kind of provide the human touch, and that itself gives you a huge advantage compared to your competitors. And so it will help you. And number 4, So you open yourself up for partnerships, collaborations, and joint ventures. Here's the thing: partnerships don't just fall in your lap out of thin air. Partnerships come because of associations. And the same way that doctors have seminars and other, meetings that they have together to build relationships, and they can be able to partner with somebody else, is the same thing that happens in the online world. And so as you continue to put yourself out there, as you continue to develop your voice, what happens is you develop partnerships with people. You meet new people. You get new associations. You get new collaborations. You get new joint ventures. And so if you're in the marketing world, and let's say you do Facebook ads, you find somebody else who's a copywriter, and then the two of you can hook up and, do something together that's going to profit the both of you. If you're a lawyer, you don't know anything about marketing, you go and find a good marketer who's going to partner with you to help grow your law business. If you're in a doctor, if you're in maybe a cosmetic plastic surgeon, you go find yourself a good marketer. And so whereby you focus on the cosmetic surgery bit and the marketer focuses on the marketing, and the two of you can accomplish a lot more together than you could by yourself. And so it opens you up for potential partnerships, collaborations, and other joint ventures. And number 5, it allows you to command high prices for your expertise. What do I mean? A general lawyer will not charge the same as a divorce lawyer. Okay? Now, the reason why you go for the divorce lawyer is because, number one, they're an expert in that specific field or that specific subject. Whereby divorce law, they are they've established themselves in that area. They're the expert, they're the go-to person in that field, they're the authority in that specific area. And so because of that, and because of their unique expertise in that specific area, they can charge you $1,000, even $100 or $200 or even $300 an hour for their services. And people will gladly pay for that because, number one, you are assured of the expertise and the specialization of this person compared to a general lawyer. And so if a general lawyer asks you to pay $1,000, even $200, $300 for an hour for their services, and they're also doing criminal law here, they're also doing some other things here and there, well, you're not going to be inclined to pay them for that. But when it comes to a divorce attorney, whereby they tell you, I will help you get everything back and your ex is not going to get anything, more likely to go pay, and they pay the amount that you're required to pay, or they charge you. And so it allows you to command higher prices because, number one, there's a level of scarcity in that specific profession. It's a lot of supply and demand. Okay, so if you remember your basic economics, when the supply is high, the demand goes low, and the prices also is low. And so what happens here is because professionals or specialists in certain areas are very scarce, or the supply of them is very scarce, they often command higher prices, and you cannot object to it because that is the going rate for them. So they can set whatever prices they do, and you'll be forced to pay it if you want that level of expertise. And so that is the last benefit of why you want to become an expert, because you can be able to command higher prices for your expertise. So thank you so much for listening, and who knows what the next episode is going to be, and I'm just going on this journey. So stay tuned and be sure to hit the like and subscribe button as we continue on this journey. Bye, and thank you for listening.